In today's video, I'm going to be discussing why zodiac sign compatibility matters. And listen, when you're out and you're single and you're going on these dates, it's so critical to actually explore and find out what their zodiac sign is and how compatible it is with you. But most importantly, what are the strengths and weaknesses of those zodiac signs? So if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and the notification button because I'm dropping a video every day. All right. You might be thinking, Silver Bachelor, come on, what is this hogwash and talking about zodiac signs? Listen, bro, I've been single for 2.5 years, right? Clearly, I'm an older guy. And I was married before 20 years. So single now 2.5 years, and I wish I knew the stuff that I know now about dating, and especially compatibility with the zodiac. That shit is real. Bro, I'm telling you, the accuracy of somebody's birth date, right? And the features and the weaknesses and characteristics and strengths of that zodiac sign is fucking nuts bang on. I would say 95% of the time. So that's what I'm going to cover today, but I'm not a expert in zodiac, so I'm not going to go into all of the characteristics of every single zodiac sign. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my experience with dating 8 zodiac signs. So specifically, and I made a whole bunch of notes so I can cover everything. Specifically today, I'm going to cover dating a Gemini, Sagittarius, Aquarius, that's 3, 4, Scorpio, 5, Aries, 6, Virgo, 7, Cancer, and 8, Leo. So some quick background, because you're probably wondering if you know a thing or two about zodiac signs. Well, Silver Bachelor, we have to know what your zodiac sign is. Right. So I am a Libra, and a Libra is an air sign. There are basically, think of 4 quarters throughout the year. So that's how air signs are broken up based on all the month, or excuse me, not air signs, zodiac is broken up. There's 12 months during the year. And of those 12 months, there's a quarter each, not really, literally a quarter for every year. What I'm referring to is there's 4 major categories of the 12 zodiacs, okay? So there's air signs, water signs, earth signs, and fire signs. And each of those signs have 3 zodiacs within each one, if that makes sense. So zebra, man, I need some more coffee. Okay, Libra is one of the air signs. Okay, so for giving an example, there's Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. So those are 3 months out of the year, 3 signs out of the year that belong to the air signs, if that makes sense, okay? So I'm not going to go on and on and on about this stuff. I want to tell you and share my dating experience with the 8 zodiacs, okay? So my birthday, though, is October 19. So I am at the cusp of the next zodiac, which is Scorpio. So keep this in mind, okay, just as a tip. What zodiac that the woman is and where their birth date falls is important, because you want to know how close are they actually to the sign before their sign or after, right? So just like in my example, I'm a Libra, but I'm very, very close to Scorpio. So why this is important is because, yes, the majority of my personality is I was about to say zebra again, is Libra, right? I have a percentage of characteristics that are Scorpio. So if I was earlier in the Libra calendar, then I would have some other characteristics that are from the sign before, if that makes sense, okay? So for example, if I was a Libra in the middle of the Libra month, and it's not one month like October, no, it falls into the other months. It's like from September 22nd to October 22nd, something like this, okay? So there's date ranges, and it's typically 1 month for each sign. So as a Libra, I am only a few days away from Scorpio, and so Scorpio characteristics will also be part of my personality. And like, seriously, bro, it's important to watch this video and listen to this, because it is it is critical on understanding what you're walking into. That's the thing, right? So if you're about to go on a date and you find out in advance that, oh, I'm a Leo, right? Or it's discovered in the first date, I'm a Leo, you can base what your knowledge of Leos on what she's going to be like dating. And I'm serious, bro, it is fucking accurate shit. Okay, it's so accurate. And some people might say, well, you're judging me. Oh, you're being you're looking at it in a very anyways, I can't recall the word. God, my brain's not working today. So the thing is, like I said, it's very, very true, these characteristics. So I'm just going to get right into this, okay? So my experience with Gemini, the number one sign I want to cover. So Gemini, they are by far the most fun, and I've had amazing times with Gemini. Geminis and I click very well. However, Geminis can be a little Jekyll and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, okay, or whatever. So one side of their personality is one way, and another side of their personality is another way, and you never really know when things are changing. So, but they're a lot of fun. Sagittarius, number 2, is they really, really love their space. They do not like strict boundaries. But what I mean is, if you're going to go date a Sagittarius, do not be asking her if you want her to be your girlfriend. Do not ask her if she wants to marry you. Do not ask her if she wants to move in with you, that kind of stuff. In the early days especially. But even then, Sagittarius are like bohemians. They like their space. They're very free-flowing, free-willed. And beware of this, they will go MIA sometimes, because they don't like strict routines. They don't like, so for example, if you're used to saying good morning every morning, or she's saying good morning sometimes, or a lot of times during the morning, you have to excuse the sirens. I'm on this busy street here in Atlanta. So if you've seen her telling you good morning, right? And this is a Sagittarius. She's telling you good morning several mornings in a row, and all of a sudden, whoop, it stops. Don't get upset or anything, because that's just a typical Sagittarius thing. They just go off, disappear for a little bit, and they don't like boundary or regimented fences around them, if that makes sense, okay? So that's number 2, Sagittarius. Number 3, Aquarius. It's been my experience, and again, I'm just looking at my notes. They've been the most reliable in communication and dependable. I actually, they're one of the 3 amigos, to say like that, of the air signs. And I just recently stopped dating somebody that was an Aquarius, and she was absolutely wonderful. And I'm going to do a video on maybe why it's best sometimes to be brutal when it comes to being superficial with people. So there was some superficial things, and it just kept building and building and building. And I thought, you know what, I'd rather be single and not have to deal with that. So, but Aquarius in general, they're extremely good at communicating and making plans with you, sticking to those plans. They're not flaky. So that's been my experience with Aquarius. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4, Scorpio. So Scorpios are very similar to Aquarius in the sense that they're very good at communicating and sticking to plans and things. But Scorpio, like the insect, you know of the insect, it's got the stinger. So if you hurt them or really piss them off, that stinger comes out and it's like, oh, you motherfucker, boom, and you're getting it. So I have that, right? I get some people making some nasty comments on my channel, and I'm like, wait a minute. This is coming from somebody with no subscribers or 4 subscribers. You know nothing about YouTube and how YouTube works. And then you come here and criticize my video, and yet, right? Like, I get feedback, I get constructive feedback. And what I'm talking about is if somebody's not there's a difference between constructive criticism, which I appreciate. And let me know in the comments. If some of you guys are saying, look, man, shorten your videos. Okay, great, take that. But I mean, some people just come in here on my channel and they're just outright disrespectful. So the Scorpio comes out at me and I'm like, oh, really? Okay, go back to your video games and go back to wishing you were a successful YouTuber kind of stuff, right? So that's Scorpio. Next is Aries. So Aries, also similar to Aquarius, very reliable, very dependable. Now, Aries, some people say you should never marry them and just have sex with them, but I've had good experience with Aries so far, so I'll leave it at that. Virgo is next. So where are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 Virgo. 6 Virgo. From my experience with Virgos, they tend to be the most crazy in my experience. Like they're emotional. They're emotional firecrackers. Okay. So if you haven't seen my video, my covert narcissist girlfriend, she was a Virgo, and you can watch that video. I'll post a link in the description. But damn, that she was one of the craziest chicks I've ever dated. Now I walked into it a little bit, but anyways, so that aside, so they're very emotional like Cancers, but I haven't actually dated a Cancer, so that's why the Cancer's not in my extended list. But that is a good segue into number 7 is Cancer. So Cancer. They will read between the lines, and if you say, hey, oh, you don't say goodnight, and you've been used to saying goodnight to them, they'll think you're upset or something. That's what I mean. So Cancers are very in tune with emotions, but to a fault. So last but not least is Leos. Okay, kind of saved the best for last because Leos, kind of like Geminis, are very, very fun to date. They just go with what their instincts are telling them, and if they tell themselves, wait, this feels good, I like this guy, and I want to have sex, you're gonna have sex. They're probably the quickest to have intimacy with, Leos in general, but they will also turn into pillow princesses pretty quick, because once they get off, they're like, their emotions have changed. They're like, okay, well, now I want to go to sleep. So I've had some of the best sex with Leos, but on the other flip side, I've also had some of the worst sex because, we get it on, but then soon afterwards, they're like, well, I'm going to go to sleep now, or maybe you should go home. Right? So Leos are just think of a lion, right? So lions, do the thing and then they leave and they're very confident. So I like the confidence of Leos, but just Leos, I'm twitchy on kind of being a pillow princess and things. So one of the things, this is coming from Leos. A lot of Leos have told me that you could date fire signs, but don't have a relationship with fire signs because they're not the relationship type. And those fire signs, if I haven't mentioned it earlier, is Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. So I mentioned I dated a Sagittarius. So just be aware of that, the fire signs and dating those fire signs versus wanting a relationship with them. So thanks for sticking with me. Let me know in the comments what you think, and if you follow Zodiac, and if there's anything I've missed with some of I didn't get into the extreme details because I don't want to keep you guys hanging on this, watching this video for like 50 minutes kind of thing, because it's a big topic. But drop a comment and let me know what your experience has been with some of these other Zodiacs, especially the fire signs. All right, we'll see you next time.